Yes, the renegade lonesome up. Solid breaking news, you know. All right, well, I'll show my people how democracy work. Saying, all right. So the UK Prime Minister resign. She come and make her speech already. She just hold on them pick her next leader. Same like how the other man they resign, right? Same thing. So I say how to resign. Resign our post just now, right? Resign our post because she can't meet certain things and she feel the people them already. 6 weeks. I remember she get pressure upon her own MP. That's how democracy is supposed to work. You see me I say? Jamaica son, bless up yourself. Yeah, all right. Yeah, man. See? So this is how democracy work. I'm going to watch this and take page from here, so. You understand? And about politics, you love a politician and them can stay and thief and mash up a place and nobody knows say nothing. Out of many, big up yourself. Yeah, man. HVAC service, up. Gloria, Marison, up. Yeah, I say, Ingrid, we're there. See? Just look on them breaking news and now. And you see, just take the globe. I'm going to show you how come out. No, I'm good at. Yeah? Frontline. We're there, Patricia. You there? Yeah, man. BCA, Mr. G. We are show them where we are fight in Jamaica. We have the same kind of model. Yeah. We're F1. Bless up. See, we have the same kind of model. S. William, big up yourself. But yes, still, it's like the country has sink. No, it's like the country has sink, Jamaica has sink. Boy, you must talk. Because you have some little numbskull, just, you know, when you talk, like, no, when I leave them out, no, that's for done. Them thing they done with. You understand? This is how democracy work. Tony, you there? Ian, you there? Yeah, man. Peter, you there? Yeah, man. See? This is how democracy work. 6 weeks. And you run by something and you come and you say mistake. No, it hurt the people them are Britain. So even if somebody love you or love you not, your own member them are move against you. She not survive for your ear. She gone. Gone. The 5th she come in, remember you know. She win the leadership from within them because them have to move. The one where they did it first. Within foolishness. Alright. So she come in now and promise to all of them thing, boom, bam, bam. And I like when she promise break and all kind of thing, man, and go on with them bag of foolishness. And when she come in, what happened? Everything just rise up on people because they make mistake. She fire a finance minister, that is not enough. People them want her gone. You think she can survive? Look, never play it back. Look how the journalists talk to her. Real journalists. You hold them accountable. You don't ramp with people's life. You understand? But the politician find a way in Jamaica to play with people. And when you say, oh, my vote for the man, oh, I'm a labor right, oh, I'm a PMP, oh, yeah, you don't care what them do to you. You clutch on, oh, leave me for a minute because you can get 2 grand and 3 grand and chat a bag of shit. I'm not used to that. When you start travel out and living at the place, you don't understand what I'm talking about, man. Yeah? We not there to no politician. You go them yard go eat. When them give back some of your own taxpayers' money, you know, say, when you stop take brainwash, look on this. I'm going to play back our first question time. Remember, you know, she just come in the 5th of September. Swearing as a Prime Minister, the 5th. And by the 7th, you have a Prime Minister question time. So not just the opposition are ask a question, but your own MPs are ask a question. And hold it to account. So democracy is supposed to run. You hold them to account. Watch this.
I came into office at a time of great economic and international instability. Families and businesses were worried about how to pay their bills. Putin's illegal war in Ukraine threatens the security of our whole continent. and our country has been held back for too long by low economic growth. I was elected by the Conservative Party with a mandate to change this. We delivered on energy bills and on cutting national insurance. And we set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy that would take advantage of the freedoms of Brexit. I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party.
When the woman just said to white people, she cannot deliver on the mandate, and she recognise it. It needs to be honest with yourself too, you know. See? Makes you want to talk.
I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. This morning I met the chairman of the 1922 committee, Sir Graham Brady. We've agreed that there will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week. This will ensure that we remain on a path to deliver our fiscal plans and maintain our country's economic stability and national security. I will remain as Prime Minister until a successor has been chosen. Thank you.
So you see this? She gone. So them do, you know, the country have to run. When she says she remain as the Prime Minister, you know, so by a week or so them pick who them pick and them do what I want. But she gone. She gone. 6 weeks. 6 weeks, she gone. Same like the other one say, he may remain because in our country and them have to put them cabinet and choose who them for lead and what have you. She gone. In a 6 weeks. We have a Prime Minister there with a, you know, everybody we think them, you know, arrogant and everything. 6 years. And man want to go grip with the iron fist and we have said, no, it must not happen. And then you have some people going like them want to go round. We know that the foolishness. Hold them accountable. I mean, I show you how the world run. This, I mean, I try to show them how them things run. Yeah? She says she can't deliver upon the where she run upon, don't it? Have a step aside. Listen this. Listen this. This is a journalist just interview her, and you see that she wipe out. Look there, yeah. Listen again.
The next general election?
I will lead the Conservatives into the next general election.
Definitely.
You marks her, and she said definitely, and you still by 2 days she gone. Look at her.
Well, look, yeah. I'm not focused on internal debates within the Conservative Party.
But you need to be, don't you? You need to be in order to stay in office.
The important thing is that I've been elected to this position to deliver for the country. We are facing very tough times. We simply cannot afford to spend our time talking about the Conservative Party rather than what we need to deliver. And that is my message to my colleagues.
Who is to blame for this mess?
Well, first of all, I do want to accept responsibility and say sorry.
So, them ask, who you blame for this mess? First of all, what she said? She accept the responsibility and said sorry. You see what she do? Eh? Because she go lose. She accept it and say sorry. Them are not going like them own Jamaica. And when them chat them foolishness and come with arrogance, Bridge, yes, alone Bridge, nobody no get talked to or nothing at all. Teacher in a man area where he just says a clans. I said, Lana, when you look, teacher get locked up with you are going to school. And get your principal and not even one speech make about it. Think fine a basketball, not even one speech make about it. Country can't run so. And that's so me know country run. We no roll down and die for foolishness and them things. We not about no foolishness around here. Country no run so. British people only accountable. No matter of fact, your own member of parliament only accountable. You understand? When the country start run so with arrogance and them things, they drop the standard. You can't go rush the small man and you don't even have no plan. See? Mr. Member of Parliament, Mr. Minister, come out and you have people from farm work for Christ's sake. every country stand up for them citizen. And me see call some who that come out and say, listen, we not go mash up this. Me go up there, me tour the farm, and me find nothing at all happen. And we not come mash up this, it will get stronger. And the man resign. This we want Jamaican farm workers, over 700 of them are work. But you're still, you're the head, you know. They said a fact-finding team, and the fact-finding team come now, and I say, yes, we'll find, you know, some people reluctant, but when them feel, all right, them sit down and talk to us, so we find what we find. So, you never find that. And you're the head and nobody, no prime minister, nobody said resign. That ungo that, you have 14-acre land. All them people come by them land, by the way, where you grow your own grass on, 14 acre. Grow your own grass on 14-acre land. 14.5 acre, 14.2 acre, 14. And sell it back to, you know, like a conflict of interest. But another, the grass where him grow, another the grass where him grow, me look on, or him grow the grass and sell it back to himself. At the amount of acre land where the man have too. You understand? The amount of acre land. And you see the man and I get cheater. Let me show you. I'm going to do something on it again. Cheater? Look here. All the matter about cheater. Grass. You see Integrity Commission. Integrity Commission I get 1 billion a year. Cheater, let me show you 14 acre. 14.2 acre. Look on it, cheater. Me must do something on this. Because it's a land grab going on in Jamaica, see there? When them investigate, them go to film land, see there? 14.6 established, 14.2 acre. I'm land, 14.3. That's different from my house. So the man have acres of land. Land grab. Land grab. And we are telling people, them say, yo, stop play politics, you know, so the man them a do to it. Them a grab what thing and take it away. See? Who not play politics? We not play no politics on ya. We just tell you as is how it's supposed to run. That's why most of our people them have we have so much have not. And we have a few handful of have. Because the whole of them politicians are bad for raise up here. All them reach number one, all them get the whole of them land. Yeah? All them get the land. Everybody get too much acre. Let me tell you something. It's alleged, me just use alleged. That Juliet told us. Saying go check a man, you know. I think Cherry Gardens up there, some up there, so yeah. For 3 acres to buy it. Nah, said it. Them send back to him. And said them nah send it. It's alleged that them send come out for the man 14 acres in a Ocherias for the 3 acres. Man, I consider me able to take it. Only get them, all them have them land. Yeah. You see, you understand what I talk? See, I remember my thing them come from good sources, you know. Good sources. You see me I say? My thing them come down from good sources. You understand? So that's how my thing there right now. Right now, my thing them come from good sources. No joke about it. No two way about it. Okay? And it's alleged. We just say it's alleged. We can use it that way there. The Prime Minister borrowed 50 million because the BPO them. So that's that you own a lot of them, sir. You understand? You own a lot of them. See? And that bad. Because we just set up something. Never have to borrow the money. But me I say, oh, you get the money there to borrow. And it alleged that you send Bolt too. In other thing that too. So man won the most of them thing there. You cannot be a Prime Minister in this and all kind of business around and all kind of things and some money to declare and all kind of things. No God tell you. Because you know me is up on the ground. You notice me use alleged. But remember me is up on the ground. So everything where I move, me analyze, you know. You see me I say? See? And a lot more things on our own and I grab. The word of the land we grab off the word of Portman's alleged that is Uno, Vaz, Leaching, I do the land grabbing up in a Portland. And it go and some other people in the private sector, you know, the same private sector. land grabbing and all kind of things. Yesterday, when I come and call people squat and people agree with doing like we're idiot. Country can't run so. So when I'm done with the country, when I don't rape the country. See? And we can't stand up and what I want to know when they come out, come talk to you. Know. I have a piece where they put claim on people for know. Yep, because people get locked up. I integrity commission and I make when you get $1 billion budget for run, I mean I say none of them people at that role. None. Great Christy, step up your thing. Never do something for you know. Yeah, man. Yeah. Just listen how real journalists talk to she. And listen, she admit her mistake. 6 weeks in the job and she gone. 6. Yeah? Listen.
For the mistakes that have been made. I wanted to act, but to help people with their energy bills, to deal with the issue of high taxes, but we went too far and too fast.
This is a wave of U-turns, unprecedented in scale and speed. Do you feel humiliated?
I feel, first of all, that I did make mistakes, and I've been upfront and honest about that.
That must feel humiliating so early in office. Let's be clear though and blunt. Your very vision for Britain is dead, isn't it?
You feel you understand well? If you feel humiliated so early in office and our vision is dead, doesn't it? You just attack her with something where enough journalists won't even do this in Jamaica. Then get be a friend thing and them thing there. It's a democratic country. We're supposed to run that kind of way. You know, you don't say a prime minister in a Britain pick a commissioner when you want. It don't work like that. You know? You understand? Then when I get something and the prime minister and I say no one resign under film watch. And they might deal with transparency by word. And no arrogance in the party where him lead. By word. Not by action. Yeah? All right.
What I'm focused on is delivering on energy supplies, on delivering new roads, new opportunities across our country. We have to make sure, though, that we have economic stability.
Let me read you some of what your own MPs have told me about what's been going on. It's checkmate, we're stuffed. It's dire. They've taken no responsibility for hiking mortgage rates. We're all done for. These are your own colleagues. What do you say to them? Because they're convinced that as a result of your actions, they and your party are going to lose.
What I say to them is that we should be focusing on the people of the United Kingdom. I recognise that we did act too fast, and that's why I've adjusted what we're doing. And I do think it is the mark of an honest politician who does say, yes, I've made a mistake, I've addressed that mistake, and now we need to deliver for people.
Was Rishi Sunak right all along?
But we had a very robust leadership campaign this summer where we debated ideas, we debated philosophy.
And he suggested your ideas would be a disaster, and he's been proven right, hasn't he?
Yeah. Who see that debate to get the job? Them tell them say idea that be disastrous and him proven right, isn't he? What shall I say? You see it? Them you call journalists. You knock them with it. That's how we knock people up. So that's how we ask some question the way it jerk up them brains. I have some little, you know, when I understand them, they come and say, no, one point finger, them not understand this. Then they understand them separation. Them a love party. And you see over the years why Jamaica mash up, the politicians them read the people them mind, because them say the whole ghetto people, them most of them are dunce, you know. We not for them head. Them this you. And them say, okay, we can't do anything, we'll get ready. It's a 9-day thing. We just give them a little money. When our voting time, them die at it. So we don't have nothing to lose. Do them anything. Step on them, kill them, picnic, crush them. Them still a come vote. Send a bus, them still a go there. Give them little curry vote, give them little rice, give them 3 grand, them still a take it. Them forgot everything. We can't kill half of them. We can't starve them. Them still now move. Typically, for example. You understand? Them now move. And me can tell you, if a prime minister are running in my constituency and you do it like a Bruce do, you can't get my vote. You will never know who you are saying can, who not move. And that's what I make. But through them know is that they are thing in Jamaica. You know, you can't do anything. And I have a sister, you go to prison. You know, go prison up on every board again. Eh? You can't work. You couldn't come and kill all my people, them and them laugh for them. You send back the boss and thing. Then how Jamaica change? Because them deal with dietedness, them deal with some people who don't understand this. So when them do know you hungry and them can come get a pot of food. And call you. And you know realize that you are give them the job, you know. You give them the job to walk and rob every land. Every one of them member of parliament, check them. The amount of acre land them have and them don't buy it. Number one, them pay cannot give them because you know them pay. Them see man about for razor pay. So if you audit them for the international level, the whole of them gonna prison. Most of them gonna prison. Because all them gain them things are true, you know, nepotism, cronyism, and act up, them break laws. And them take things in a style as ministers. Them part filthy, man. Yeah, man. Look how them watch she. 6 weeks and she gone. Look at.
Yes, Chris, I couldn't deliver everything I wanted.
Well, not everything. I mean, most of it's been junked.
Well, I delivered.
She said, I couldn't do everything I wanted. He said, no, not everything. Most of it have been junk. Junk. Garbage. He must slap all left, right, and center. Them man, me salute them man, because someone hold them, you know. I say if you hold politician, you hold the government, hold prime minister, hold them accountable, the buck stop with them. In Jamaica now, you know what is? Yes, so you know, yeah, people say, how the opposition? No. A matter of fact, them own member of parliament, them for them own member of parliament. I run out them own leader. You will never find it. Member for them own member of parliament move. When the people them get mad, you know, them don't want them get mad for me, you know. So me I do my people them will. Them I represent them people. Them I say, move Boris. She ended up and I run and she come with a junking thing. Eh? And them say boom bam bam and them a pressure she same way. Because them I say, we are gonna make we lose. Because them people are check up on your thing, you know. So you have to move fast, you know. You see me I say? So that them I do your son. Yeah man. Yeah man. See? So them tell her, and this a journalist where you can go. Because the man are hard, the man are talk to you and I slap you with the things them. And it's a prime minister, you know, I laugh with you. And them I say, yes, I them I deal with you. Like, you have some people, you them talk to the prime. You can't talk to him, so. Yeah, when I hear that, the chief servant of the country, this. So them I push that thing to her. I'll show you a question time. I'll show you something with them to do in Jamaica. Hold on.
The energy price guarantee.
You talk about the energy package, and that's been the crutch, if you like, that you've lent on in the last couple of weeks when you faced difficult questions, proudly saying that it was bigger and bolder than Labour's. And yet that's shriveled as well, hasn't it? That hasn't survived contact with a new Chancellor.
Well, this winter, families will be protected. They won't be paying the up to £6,000 bills.
Lots of people are facing massive increases in mortgage payments, and analysts say at least some of that is because of what you've done in the last 5 or 6 weeks. What do you say to them?
6 weeks.
Well, look, I understand it is very difficult for families across the country.
And they're blaming you.
And the fact is we are facing both a difficult...
I'm telling her, you them a blame. Because she the box up her put. So she have the chance of their checker, a finance minister. And them come up and move so fast and do all kind of things. And the family them, you see it, the MP them act because them know so them a get vote to, you know. From the voters them not put up with their arms house. So them the business if you want to be conservative or you want to be this and that, them are boot you. So if MP for say for them life, for them to them boot them prime minister. Them act on behalf of them people. And that's what Jamaica should have run because of the same Westminster model. Not somebody, not some troll. Some people say, oh, you're this because you talk out. And I said, go. A matter of fact, them own member of parliament about them. Because them are in a trouble. And if them sit down and silent, them in a even bigger trouble. Them are going to get wiped out, them know. See? So them act and show say, and them, a matter of fact, they make sure vocal in a house of parliament because people watch it. They make sure vocal in a them thing that show them, me no wait, you know. So them people I say, okay, me will give him a chance because me see him stand up for what we believe in. Because them listen you. Them come with the disrespect. Remember, UK am a place, you know, so I know it runs at speed and others chat me a chat. See? Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Economic situation internationally where interest rates are rising, as well as pressure here in Britain.
But do you accept that you have made it worse?
Well,
You there?
You derided abacus economics, as you called it. You belittled Treasury orthodoxy. They're now back, aren't they, on your watch?
You there?
well, we have to, of course, make sure we have economic stability as a country, and it was my responsibility as Prime Minister to take the tough decision and make sure we delivered that.
What do you say to people who say that you are now a Prime Minister in name only, that you've had to junk almost your entire plan, the very thing that you were elected upon?
So I'm going Prime Minister in name only. And the Prime Minister in name only too. And that's in Prime Minister in name. And a Prime Minister in the ballot box at 21%. Yeah, that's in the Prime Minister. Saying, yeah, man. Hear this.
And you now have a Chancellor who is executing a plan that is a million miles away from your own, and you have acknowledged that what you've had to pause, what you've had to stop, is still what you really believe. You're now leading a government that's executing an agenda that you don't even believe in.
Yeah.
I appointed the Chancellor because I knew that we had to pursue these policies.
What you've done in the last 5 weeks since you took office has made it worse for people. It's made it harder for people to pay their bills.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I have said sorry for the fact that we did act too far. We went too far and too fast.
And that has consequences for people on people's bills.
But the reason I did that was to make sure that we were dealing with the immediate issue of the energy crisis, and we did help people with their energy bills.
A reasonable-minded observer might wonder from here on in whether they can believe what you're saying, because so much of what you've said in your early weeks in office has been binned.
I've been absolutely honest about what I want to achieve for this country. We did go too far and too fast, but we are delivering. We're delivering on energy prices for people this winter. We're delivering on minimum services on railways. We're delivering on our speeded up road projects. We're delivering on reversing national insurance. So, yes, I have been honest with the public about what we've needed to change because of the circumstances, but I am completely committed to delivering for this country. Yes, it hasn't been perfect. It's been a difficult time, and I think we did an interview before I got the job, and I said it was going to be tough because of the circumstances we're facing as a country.
Has it been harder than you could possibly have imagined?
I was expecting it to be tough, and it has been tough, I think it's fair to say.
The fear among so many Conservative MPs is your party is going to lose and lose big time in the next general election, and they blame you for that.
You hear? Them MP, them say them know them are going to lose and lose big time, and them blame her. Because when you make everybody start feeling, them are come talk and say we are push. We have to push her out because we are going to lose, Because of she, we now go sacrifice our thing for she, She have to go on, Them are push her. That's how democratic country supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to run. You put a leader there, so. Come amongst them and then, show you in as the Prime Minister and then them have the foolishness. But you can't move him. You can't move him. The party's still around. Move him. You have no idea. Get somebody else until the next time or something. You lose big in the port. Then the next time around. You see me, I say, private house no run, so the whole of them line up behind the foolishness. Silent when them are silent and make a bag of noise and point out two little youth and talk about gang. And yes, still them are the gang, Them are the real gang. Them are the gang. Yeah, man.
Well, my message to my colleagues is yes, I completely acknowledge that there have been mistakes. I have acted swiftly to fix those mistakes. I've been honest about what those mistakes were. And what we now need to do is move forward and deliver for the country, because that's ultimately what people care about.
You're staying put, however bad the poll ratings get, however much noise there is amongst your own backbenchers, you're not shifting.
I will stay in the job to deliver for the national interest.
Prime Minister, thank you.
Thank you.
So, yes, HD, you can't believe it upon the road and you see something like this, right? Yeah, remember
It's coming out, let's listen in.
I came into office at a time of great economic and international instability. Families and businesses were worried about how to pay their bills. Putin's illegal war in Ukraine threatens the security of our whole continent, and our country has been held back for too long by low economic growth. I was elected by the Conservative Party with a mandate to change this. We delivered on energy bills and on cutting national insurance. And we set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy that would take advantage of the freedoms of Brexit. I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party.
She cannot deliver the mandate. And she come fairly and talk fairly. You see it? Them know, them just I think we never do nothing wrong. All when them a thief to all their land from you, them a thief, them have the most truck on the road. Them take where people job there, so them build the biggest place. Them have one bag of thing, them take how much 1,000 acre land. Them still a whole land. Oh, we don't do nothing wrong. And you have people who want back them poor thing. Eh? See there? Look here.
I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. This morning I met the chairman of the 1922 committee, Sir Graham Brady. We've agreed that there will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week.
Okay.
This will ensure that we remain on a path to deliver our fiscal plans and maintain our country's economic stability and national security.
Yeah, man.
I will remain as Prime Minister until a successor has been chosen. Thank you.
Gone. She gone. See? So, them did it by next week and you some come up with a success and that's it. She gone. Yeah? Talk to the king. She gone. She gone. You understand? Yeah? 6 weeks. Compared to 6 years. Misery, hardship. I have some people, and them never look pan, them can't pay light bill. Them can't pay water, them the food, nothing at all not working. I want to go give people rating because I love a party, them kill you out. And I beg the people, them say, yo, start hold them accountable. Yeah? Them I go back way. The little nasty me and them in Jamaica, I'll chink them. The little council where you put up and then them take one for me. Even about law and order. You know, so to them, you know, so I watch and use and want carry. And Mr. Sablama police come out and attack. With the taxi man, them I tell you, you know, them want them for parking a bus park down in a sub. Like 1 mile away from the bank and from everything else. And the police himself, 1 mile, people with a cane. You must stop the business place and let them out. None at all. You have to go travel 1 mile and then them walk come up the 1 mile up the back up the road. And go where them and go. 1 mile. And then walk go back 1 mile, go catch a cab. Nothing can run so. Nothing can run so. I catch a cab in a Manhattan and I stop off like a New York hotel or something. Him stop me right there. Nothing can run so. You say him carry me down Canal Street. Him carry me down there. Him carry me. Just order him come stop you and let you have for your stop. Nothing can run so. Then the police say, we know the concern. We have, you know, the concern, we know about the concern, but we have to talk to the municipal corporation, the mayor. But not until we talk to that, we still have to, you know, maintain this. Jamaica Constabulary Force, so we not waste of time to, you know. But you see that the directive where you get from the mayor, from them, you know, say that is that donkey poop. You know, say it cannot work. We work for the people them. You know, say, oh, me I maintain law and order. You know, have the road. The road, we should have look for overall and expand on the road and expand the infrastructure and fix it up. No, the same infrastructure we used to carry the little donkey cart them. We put the Baba Green pan it and call it road. We narrow so caravan car can't even pass. And then you talk about law and order and enforce. And you still you expect business to sell. You expect people to come there and it's a crowded. And because maybe so they make their money. And you want to run them where you tell the taxi park 1 mile. And you know, so well, you know the concern because you see it. And it's legit. But you have a job to do. You know, see, you know, I'm not job to do. He's a jackass. He's a jackass. You understand? That's a foolishness. You can put them there. That's why I tell you, una vote for some little jackasses in them local government elections. Stop it. Because them not even consider and nothing at all. I be a, yo. Me just open an eye to the real reality. If you don't want to change, go look in the mirror, no man. Hold them accountable, no man. Stop one like you and them a friend. Let me tell you this. Treat alone, so I remember, you know, everybody, I'm like me, my brothers and sisters too, but me never even see them. Because I have my wife and my kids and my grandkids, so I have my own generation. Them cross my brother to then get it same way. I ask them at some time. Me not see them. Mom and dad, yes, all in them grave because them care upon earth, you know. But everybody, me not see them. Me not pet people, me different man. You understand? Hold them accountable. Saying, let me show no question time stay in a year, so first question time. I like the 7th of September. Remember on the 5th, you know, she go in, look at. I'm going to play a question time with her. Hold on. Watch this.
Before we come to Prime Minister's questions, I'd like to point out the British Sign Language interpretation proceedings is available to watch on Parliament Live TV. I'd also like to take this opportunity to welcome the new Prime Minister to her place. And I know she will ensure that any statements will be made in the House first. We now come to number 1, and we start with Paul Hamilton. Pauletta.
So them call her name, Paula Hamilton. And our own people them question her too. So you have to have a question time. You must. Them have Prime Minister question time. Eh? Watch this.
Question number 1.
Mr. Speaker, I'm honoured to take my place as Prime Minister in this House and to take on responsibility at a vital time for our country. I am determined to deliver for everybody across our United Kingdom. I will work constructively with all members of this House to tackle the challenges we face. Mr. Speaker, this morning I had meetings with ministerial colleagues and others. In addition to my duties in this House, I shall have further such meetings later today.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can I warmly welcome the Prime Minister to her place? It's her first PMQ and it's also mine. In a leaked audio tape, the Prime Minister is heard saying that British workers need to put in more graft and that they are lacking in skill and application. She also wants to take away their basic workers' rights. In my Erdington constituency, the latest figures from the Commons Library show that children over 7,000 households are living in child poverty. And that 68% of those households have working parents. So does the Prime Minister believe that thousands of working parents on low income in my community should just put in more graft?
Well, I congratulate.
So for your first time as a MP, and the Prime Minister first time as a Prime Minister question time. And you hear the attack because she attack for your constituency. We not see this in Jamaica. The Prime Minister have to answer. Some of them, who don't sit down over there, so I'm back at no, the Prime Minister question time this. In Jamaica, you have to question the Prime Minister. Eh? You see me I say? So she can come and tell it as her first time as an MP. And she has the first time as a Prime Minister. She'll knock her because she said she hear a leak tape. And she'll tell her about fear constituency. She know about it. Eh? And hear the question when she put to the Prime Minister. Make we hear what the Prime Minister say. And look who stand up. Because she have people from her one side question her too. Yeah? In a work like Jamaica, this is democracy at work. At this. I search for work. Hold them accountable. Watch this.
The Honourable Lady on her first Prime Minister's question. And what I am determined to do as Prime Minister is to make sure we have an economy with high wages and high-skilled jobs. And the way I will achieve that is through reducing taxes on people across our country and boosting economic growth. That is the way that we will make sure we get the investment and the jobs that people deserve.
I want to warmly congratulate my right honourable friend on becoming the third woman Prime Minister.
Our friend.
I wish her well with her apprenticeship, and I want to ask her about pubs today. A pub restaurant in my constituency in Barnet got in touch with me to say they were struggling to find an energy supplier, and the quotes they had got hold of showed that they would be paying a 600% increase in their bill to £320,000. They can't survive that. Will she ensure her plan to tackle the energy price crisis helps businesses in the hospitality sector, which our communities value so much?
So, before me even go to this, you hear? Our friend, and she welcome our friend as that, but our pub in a fair community. Fair community. She talk about the whole pub them and the bill where they going to face. She still going to ask the question, what you going to do to cut down this? Yeah? With the energy crisis and with them, because fair constituent attack to she, you know. She have to do her job, you know. And so I expect the member of parliament to do them job, come back in the constituency and talk to the constituents and you have question time and do these kind of things. This is what I'm used to. Yeah? You understand? Yeah? But all of them behind that when the prime minister, I'm speak and the peak at them like, and I said work. Prime Minister will have to hear out of your head and the ideas and everything, and your own friend them a question you too. And them a tell you what them, because the friend thing now go work in this, you know. Them have to go fling the question to you, and when you say boop, you have to work to it because if you feel it out you go. You're gone. You see me I say, them never put you. I saw we want to hold them accountable. And them things I want to open my people, them I say, yo, I saw if I hold them accountable. See it, our friend, and she welcome our friend. But look on the question. If I hear a friend now, you'd have say, welcome, and you're going to do a good job, and you're doing a good job. And yes, and we back here all when she not start the job yet. But I do Jamaica style. You see me I say, Jamaica style. Make you hear what she say. Answer our friend.
Well, my right honourable friend is absolutely right. The hospitality industry is vital.
Yeah.
And I will make sure in our energy plan that will help support businesses and people with the immediate price crisis, as well as making sure there are long-term supplies available, will help businesses as well as helping individual households.
Yeah.
We now come to the Leader of the Opposition, Keir Starmer.
Right. All right, so the Leader of the Opposition I talk now. You see? So just look. And them now joking, hey, go sit down. Hey, shut them out, go sit down. No. Them look for them thing in the order like that. Come up, them put them and them send the question because them have to represent them constituency. You know? Yeah? For our first question time and them a knock it pan her. Them no business. And our friend still up tell her what you gonna do. What you gonna do for this and that. In our house, we hear Zozo, lock them up, criminal, and what we gonna tackle crime and be at that and make you draw a law and the car them gonna lock them up. Make you raise something and raise some more ticket. Nothing like this you uplift. You ever hear something like this? That's back in the man the time. Just how me talk about, you never hear nothing like this in a Henry Morgan house yet. When you tune into it, them a pass some other law, men, some other law for lock up some poor ghetto people. Pay that them depend. And then them depend on land grab. Them depend on land grab. Them depend on criminality. And have police to protect them. On top of them criminality. Integrity Commission, 1 billion you no get to do no job. And you still no job now done because I not seen a big boy go to prison. Me vex. And that's why I get mad when I see like two the controller run because they not understand this. The country run down and not until, remember me good you know. but them no good. And we have family member when no good. See? You have to hold them accountable if you want a better Jamaica. See? You never hear somebody raise and say, listen, when that and question time and them one member of parliament, I turn and say, but this too high, I will have to vote against it. Nothing like that. You understand? Our uncle vendors in the street and the taxi man and bus man and this side of the conduct and we're going to do this. That is not running a country. This is barbaric. You understand? Oh, we want back law and order. And we'll come with more law. Every time them up a land, this a liar, anti-corruption law, but for the small man. And we're straighten this. Nothing for your community. Just listen question time and listen what the people them ask. Them are going to know say me MP a work. And that this we are talking about. You see me I say? All right. Make we hear what the opposition I say.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can I congratulate the Prime Minister on her appointment? When she said in her leadership campaign that she was against windfall taxes, did she mean it?
Yeah. Very good. Well, I thank the right honourable gentleman for his welcome. I hope that we will be able to work together, particularly on areas we agree on. And I know that we have had strong support from the opposition in opposing Vladimir Putin's appalling war in Ukraine. And I want us to continue to stand up to that appalling Russian aggression that has led to the energy crisis we face now. I am against a windfall tax. I believe it is the wrong thing to be putting companies off investing in the United Kingdom just when we need to be growing the economy.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for that answer. I ask because the Treasury estimates are that the energy producers will make £170 billion in excess profits over the next 2 years. The Prime Minister knows she has no choice but to back an energy price freeze. But it won't be cheap, and the real choice, the political choice, is who is going to pay. Is she really telling us that she's going to leave these vast excess profits on the table and make working people foot the bill for decades to come?
Hear them question, yeah. And you see it? You know, you go sit down over there, so. Opposition leader and hear them are work and you ask if the people them are foot the bill and them are gonna make the money. The big boys them. Eh? At this me like see them thing I like see. So when I say I think one like this, I say, okay, you have to have question time. And she have to answer. Now, who answer for her, you know? She answer. Prime Minister question time. Now, a second one, and I tell people, sit down over there, so shut your mouth. Eh? Nothing like that. She have to answer. Eh? Our own people and everything, we not see this in Jamaica. Only thing we see laws them a pass for mash up the poor man. And the same poor man them with them a mash up. And mash up your cat, your mother cat, everything. When they pan line and I pick up for these nastiness in a Jamaica. What mashing up? Eh? If you have sense. You see me I say? Watch this. Let me hear our answer.
Well, I understand that people across our country are struggling with the cost of living and they're struggling with their energy bills. And that is why I, as Prime Minister, will take immediate action to help people with the cost of their energy bills. And I will be making an announcement to this House on that tomorrow and giving people certainty to make sure that they are able to get through this winter and be able to have the energy supplies and be able to afford it. But we can't just deal with today's problem. We can't just put a sticking plaster on it. What we need to do is increase our energy supplies long term. And that is why we will open up more supply in the North Sea, which the honourable gentleman has opposed. That is why we will build more nuclear power stations, which the Labour Party didn't do when they were in office. And that is why we will get on with delivering the supply as well as helping people through the winter.
Well, I look forward to tomorrow's statement, but the money's got to come from somewhere. And she knows that every single pound in excess profits she chooses not to tax is an extra pound on borrowing that working people will be forced to pay back for decades to come.
Yeah.
More borrowing than is needed. That's the true cost of her choice to protect oil and gas profits, isn't it?
So, yeah, when I ask, because the working people, them have got to take up the bill. So when you go in a parliament, the parliament with their work, you have people in their concern, whether you have this, and you say, okay, man, I back the people them because them have to get this. And then people talk up to the people them in the country. So you know, it's the parliament at work. Not a Henry Morgan place where them go, a pirate place, where them just a bail laws them a pass and lock up more your son, your nephew, your cousin, them, your friend, them, and all kind of little thing and put them in some dungeon and call you them criminal and send out the police them to take their goods and illegal vending, illegal squatting, illegal, everything what you do in your country is illegal. Them can't do that. Them not do that. I'll be a trouble that you couldn't come and criticize and do all these kind of things. You say, you mad? You see me I say? Yeah, man. You mad? Yeah, you see me I say? Just listen to the question and listen to them answer it. And this give you an idea where alone some carry the thing go. My thing different because I was a part of the society here too. See? So me know how it run. See? We don't each up in a little place where them can come tell me anything and come draw, we go a bar and give us some woman and some rum. Me not drink, me not smoke. They can't trick me. They can't get me papayas and come in and yamina. See? We just hold them to account. I just tap me a big one to hold them to account. See? Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, the reality is that this country will not be able to tax its way to growth. The way we will grow our economy is by attracting investment, keeping taxes low, delivering the reforms to build projects quicker. That is the way that we will create jobs and opportunities across our country.
So, Mr. Speaker, her first act as Prime Minister is to borrow more than is needed because she won't touch excess oil and gas profits. On that topic, how much would her planned corporation tax cut hand out to companies?
Well, it is.
The right honourable gentleman is looking at this in the wrong way. The last time we cut corporation tax, we attracted more revenue into the exchequer because more companies wanted to base themselves in Britain, more companies wanted to invest in our country. And if taxes are put up and raised to the same level as France, which is what the current proposal is, and which I will change as Prime Minister, that will put off investors, it will put off those companies investing in our economy, and ultimately that will mean fewer jobs, less growth and less opportunities across our country.
Mr. Speaker, it's extraordinary that not only is the Prime Minister refusing to extend the windfall tax, she's also choosing to hand the water companies polluting our beaches a tax cut. She's choosing to hand the banks a tax cut. She's choosing to hand the banks a tax cut. Add it all together, and companies that are already doing well are getting a £17 billion tax cut, while working people pay for the cost of living crisis, stroke victims wait an hour for an ambulance, and criminals walk the streets with impunity. Families and public services need every penny they can get. How on earth does she think that now is the right time to protect Shell's profits and give Amazon a tax break?
Hey, at some question this, at some what, hey, them thing at this, at them thing they interested me like listen to. Because at them thing at this, some want the thing to go. So you talk for the common man and Amazon, you give them a tax break and get Shell the big thing, and you leave them alone, and then the man them have to fuck the thing. See? So you talk for the common citizen in the country. See? As some want the thing to go about in any market notes in Jamaica is a different thing. I just pay a bill. We have a bill, you know, and pass and Zozo and we amend this and then we lock up and too much this and crime and we fight this and nothing. You hear about ambulances take too long to come and what have you and all kind of things. You know, hear that in our speech. You hear, sit down over there, sir. Mr. Speaker. Then you hear the exchange. She just come in and you hear the exchange or it eat up. Question and answer. She have to answer. And then now ease her up. Because you do the people them business in yourself. Yeah.
I'm on the side of people who work hard and do the right thing. That is why we will reverse the national insurance increase, and that is why we will keep corporation tax low. Because ultimately, we want investment right across our country. We want new jobs and new opportunities. And that is what I will deliver as Prime Minister.
Keir Starmer.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister claims to be breaking orthodoxy. But the reality is she's reheating George Osborne's failed corporation tax plans, protecting oil and gas profits and forcing working people to pay the bill. She's the fourth Tory Prime Minister in 6 years. The face at the top may change, but the story remains the same. There is nothing new about the Tory fantasy of trickle-down economics. Nothing new about this Tory Prime Minister who nodded through every single decision that got us into this mess and now says how terrible it is. And can't she see there's nothing new about a Tory Prime Minister who, when asked who pays, says it's you, the working people of Britain.
Hey, then I listen to. Now, when we have something like this, I listen to it makes sense. Because you stand up for the people and you say nothing new. And you can't get the wealthy in our country, the wealthy. You know, so them get land and everything. One man want to get 3,000 acre land. Both them talk about scales. You done rich already. When you say, cut the taxes where the bank them are charged, the fee where the bank are charged the people them, and them can open a bank account. No, them back it, the whole of them back it. We not do it because of them friends, so the bank can make a bag of money. You know, work for the common people of Jamaica. And that's the truth. See? Them people are talking about the whole country, and them have to do it because they may lose them job. But you are talking about real democracy. See? We are talking about some little pirate house. When you watch this, you understand what Lonesome talk about and what me go with the thing. Yeah? Watch this. Me hear her. You hear? She just come in at first question time and look how hard. Now she gone, you know. In a 6 week. She said she make a mistake. Them talk to her. She gone. Yeah? Yeah.
Well, there's nothing new about a Labour leader who is calling for more tax rises. Tax and spend. What I'm about is about reducing taxes, getting our economy growing, getting investment, getting new jobs for people right across the country. I'm afraid to say the right honourable gentleman doesn't understand aspiration. He doesn't understand opportunity. He doesn't understand that people want to keep more of their own money. And that is what I will deliver as Prime Minister. I will take immediate action to help people with their energy bills, but also secure our long-term energy supply. I will take immediate action to make sure we have lower taxes and we grow the economy. And that way, I will ensure we have a positive future for our country and we get Britain moving.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And firstly, can I congratulate my right honourable friend, the Prime Minister, for a successful campaign to become our party leader and the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, our party leader.
Mr. Speaker, it is right and proper that the government focuses its attention on rising energy costs for households across the country. But as we've heard, businesses big and small are exposed to horrific energy price increases, with no restraint provided by the domestic energy price cap and no support from government so far. For the sake of businesses in West Cornwall and on Scilly, the jobs they provide and the economy as a whole, What can my friend, the Right Honourable Prime Minister, do to ease the energy costs facing our businesses?
Remember, I fear MP that, you know. I tell the government I do not know what have you. Our own MP and our friend. They see me tell us them have to stand up and them have to come talk to them people and talk to the people in the country. I say you keep a country, you know, moving. Yeah? Our thing now is a clique. And you see who's the clique. So when one man talk, not the Prime Minister, you line up like some yes man, and them arrogant and disrespectful and all kind of thing, and tell you shut up over there. So now you understand all when the thing I go wrong, nobody must talk, and then them unleash some troll to just come and say boom boom, and them not understand the real thing. That's your country fair run. So your own now come back yo, but I say about this now work. What you gonna do? Let me hear what you answer one. Listen now.
Well, my honourable friend is right. We do need to address the issues businesses face, and the package that we will be announcing tomorrow will do just that.
So she said, my honourable friend is right. I'm going to do to address it and what have you. So when them attack, them not attack like me attack, me a back. No, what you have to do to do this? You have to do this. And them depend the side them. But them ask question too.
SNP Ian Blackford.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'm sure the thoughts and prayers of everyone in this House will be with the families that were caught up in the terrible shooting over recess in Kyle and McAlsh, and indeed in Liverpool as well. And we trust that the families will be fully supported. Mr. Speaker, let me congratulate the Prime Minister and her family on her appointment. But I'm sorry to say that her reputation for straight talking has falling apart at the first PMQs. After 9 questions, she's still not told us who will pay for her energy plan. Prime Minister, today the public are waiting to find out the response to the economic crisis, and they want answers. So, will the Prime Minister finally answer 2 very simple questions? Will she freeze energy prices at their current levels, and will it be paid for by a windfall tax? Yes or no?
You hear them talk there? She not answer it. Hey, this my love. And them talk to the people them in the country. Not to kill off the youth them and just run go down there and have some Google gagas attack some bag of crap and Nancy story. And then in a local government, you know, for them thing a be a foolishness. We need but law and order. We're not full of shit. Country can't run, so. This our drag up and do all kind of it can't run, so. You know, run it down, some people never even realize we're not gonna do some job out what do people business. What we not do? Eh? So much people who are not hungry, you to not wipe no car glass and all kind of things. Foolishness. You see it? You see question time, she have to answer. She gone now, 6 weeks. She gone. Now you hear them talk to her all her own. I put the question them to her. I tell her,
Well, no, it won't be paid for by a windfall tax. I don't believe we can tax our way to growth. And what I want to see is us using more of our UK energy supply, including more oil and gas from the North Sea and nuclear power in Scotland as well. And I hope I can count on the SNP's support for that.
Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can I say that on her first full day as Prime Minister, she has failed to rule out.
Shh, let's hear the next question. Ian Blackford.
The Prime Minister may have changed, Mr. Speaker, but it's the same old being shouted down by the Tories. On her first full day as Prime Minister, she's failed to rule out a trust tax on households and businesses, instead of targeting the profits of massive corporations with a windfall tax. The Prime Minister's plan appeared to be a decade-long raid on the bank accounts of ordinary taxpayers. These costs must not be passed on to consumers and businesses by deferring bills. Government must announce an enhanced windfall profits tax, making sure that those oil and gas producers pay their fair share from excess profits. Does the Prime Minister understand that her first act as Prime Minister will now define her? A trust tax that households and businesses will be paying for years to come.
Well, I'm not quite sure what the right honourable gentleman's position is, because on one hand, he doesn't seem to want oil and gas extraction from the North Sea, and on the other hand, he wants them to pay more taxes. Why does he make up his mind?
But you say, and one of them don't want it, but we not do it. So make them pay more taxes, so we understand him. So when she come with, him answer, must answer, come in answer, me not want it, we the Prime Minister who not do it. Make them pay more taxes then. Yeah, man.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can I also warmly welcome my right honourable friend to her seat as Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, Scottish Power, Bulb and E.ON, just three of many energy suppliers that say they provide 100% renewable electricity. Yet constituents of mine in West Dorset are baffled that the energy regulator allows those prices to rise on par with oil and gas. Would my right honourable friend confirm that she is on the side of the consumer in her energy policy that we'll hear from tomorrow?
This is one of your MP again. Them talk for the people, them in them constituency. You see me I say? Them are busy about she say them kick her out there. I them say man kick her out.
Well, I certainly am on the side of consumer, and we need to make sure that we deal with all of the issues in the energy market and the way that energy is regulated. And I will certainly be saying more about this tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Prime Minister should know by now that many people in the north of Ireland are starving and freezing in their homes. We need a tailored solution for Northern Ireland, but that's much harder to achieve because the DUP are refusing to form a government at Stormont. The new Prime Minister has a choice to make. She can either be on the side of the DUP or on the side of struggling people in Northern Ireland. So whose side is she on?
You hear that?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I want to work with all of the parties in Northern Ireland to get the Executive and the Assembly back up and running so we can collectively deliver for the people of Northern Ireland. But in order to do that, we do need to fix the issues of the Northern Ireland Protocol, which has damaged the balance between the communities in Northern Ireland. I'm determined to get on with doing that, and I'm determined to work with all parties to find that resolution.
Theresa May.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I congratulate my right honourable friend and welcome her to her position as the third female.
So now, so you say who this now? Theresa May now. Eh? She not the host at the past Prime Minister this, you know. And I could hear what she has say. See? You see? Them there. Kick out from Prime Ministership if you're MP or do what? Theresa May, watch out.
Can I ask my right honourable friend, why does she think it is that all three female Prime Ministers have been Conservative?
You see? Our friend, you know. Our friend, she want to ask why the three female Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher, she no one a Conservative. So make her hear what she has say. Eh? Make her hear what she has say. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Well, I thank my right honourable friend for her fantastic question. I look forward to calling on her advice from her time in office as I start my work as Prime Minister. It is quite extraordinary, isn't it, that there doesn't seem to be the ability in the Labour Party to find a female leader, or indeed a leader who doesn't come from North London. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know what the issue is.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can I also congratulate the Prime Minister on her appointment? Mr. Speaker, inflation is at a 40-year high. The NHS is on its knees with 6.6 million people waiting for treatment. Thousands of victims of sexual offences and violent crime are waiting for justice, not to mention passport delays, a summer of chaos in our airports and our beaches covered in sewage. The Prime Minister has served in every one of the Conservative governments responsible for this mess. So why should the British public trust her to clean up the mess that she's helped create?
Backside. You hear them question it? She a part of the government. So why them for trust her to help clean up the mess where she create? Let me hear this.
I'm determined that we deal with the issues facing us as a nation. We do have problems with our energy supply due to the appalling war being perpetrated by Putin in Ukraine. That is why I will take immediate action to deal with the energy crisis. My Chancellor will take immediate action to reduce taxes and make sure we are growing our economy. And our new Health Secretary, who is also the Deputy Prime Minister, will be taking immediate action to make sure people are able to get appointments with their GP and proper NHS services.
Father of the House, Sir Peter Bottomley.
All sides of the House should wish to help the Prime Minister be successful in tackling the problems facing the country. When I raised one of them with the former Prime Minister in July, he said I could talk to the Housing Minister, but the Housing Minister retired after 17 minutes of hearing that. Can I ask the Prime Minister to look to see why the Planning Inspectorate are able to overturn Council's planned protections for green lungs, and will she look at what's happening to the Goring Gap, the A259 in Worthing West and in South Downs constituency, because local councils have no role if they can't protect what matters most to them.
Well, I am a bit concerned about offering the honourable gentleman a meeting with the Housing Minister in case any ill should befall him. But look, my honourable friend is right. There is not enough power in local hands at the moment. It is too easy for local councils to be overruled by the Planning Inspectorate, and that is certainly an issue that I'm expecting my Secretary of State for Housing to look at.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. According to the Prime Minister's new Deputy Prime Minister, one of the things that qualified her most for being PM and was one of her greatest achievements was the reintroduction of beavers. Now, I'm all for the beavers, but given her flip-flopping on Brexit and given her inability to understand global affairs, how can constituents like mine, like Waz Abbas, whose energy prices are going to go from £7,000 to £37,000 a year, or Broadtext in Livingston, who are going to go from £50,000 to £250,000 a month, have any faith that she can tackle the oncoming humanitarian crisis? Is she going to come out of her den in number 10 and take real action, or is she going to be as useless and corrupt as her predecessor, who's rocketed off to somewhere in the Pacific?
Yeah, it's all be useless and corrupt like her predecessor, like the one with the scar. She gone now, but that Boris them attacking and useless and corrupt like him. If she gonna be like him, then people attack them mind. See, hear this question time.
I am determined to tackle the issues we face in energy, and I look forward to the Scottish Government playing their part by building new nuclear power stations.
Can I just say, I want a nice apology, that was not a good example. I certainly don't want to use corrupt being used against the new Prime Minister. And I'm sure the honourable member, just... I'm sure the honourable member will withdraw it. Just withdraw the comment.
Sometimes the truth hurts, but I'm happy to withdraw it.
Pretty sure. Right. Victoria Atkins.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I warmly congratulate my right honourable friend. May I welcome her to her place. But may I also wish her the very best in the heavy responsibilities she now bears. Around 1.5 million households across the countryside rely on heating oil in order to keep their homes warm and to cook their meals. They have faced price rises of around 130% in recent months, and they are not part of the energy price cap. As rumours abound about what tomorrow's statement may hold, will my right honourable friend confirm that those 1.5 million households, many of them in rural areas such as my own constituency, will be specifically included in any mooted ideas about an energy price freeze?
So if you notice, when them get up, them talk about them constituency and talk about the whole country and a whole. Them talk for them constituency and then talk about other people in our whole. In our Morgan house. And I'm not like this. We're going to pass this. We have to kill a couple more get a youth because them are like, you know, subhuman and them thing there. People them now no status. And this and that squat. And I tell you this and that. Helicopter, bushmaster, big gun that can't work in them place here. You think you could have say a bushmaster with a 50 caliber in a London, Ghana people neighborhood and a whole of people. You mad? Soldier? If them send out soldier, them are send them out unarmed. Like I see man them have no soldier. When them have them the crisis, the health crisis, and the soldier them go knock, you know see them with one gun or something. Just to take up some little thing. People are running, come out of the neighbor, come move. Don't know what to do. Kick it down? No, them can't do that. Them not do this. See? Country can't run some man. Country can't run some.
Well, my honourable friend is right, and many of my constituents too rely on heating oil for their fuel, and we need to make sure that we are looking after everybody in this very, very difficult winter that we're facing.
Martin Day.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Members may be familiar with the work of Bowness firm Ballantyne's Castings, an iron foundry in operation since the 1820s, which in recent years has done much work around the parliamentary estate. Without the protection of an energy price cap, this specialist SME is witnessing unaffordable costs, with bills rising from £13,000 to £120,000 per month. Heavy energy users face a disproportionate burden and clearly need more support than other businesses. What will the PM do to protect our strategically important and energy-intensive industries?
Well, I very strongly agree with the honourable gentleman that there are strategic industries that we need to make sure who use a lot of energy. We need to do all we can to help them become more energy efficient, but we also need to make sure that they're able to remain competitive in the global marketplace, and that is certainly something the Energy Secretary is looking at in preparing this package.
Dr Kieran Mullen.
Can I congratulate the Prime Minister on her appointment and tell her I know my constituents wanted to succeed at a difficult time. Outside of the immediate challenges of energy and inflation, levelling up remains a priority for them. One way to demonstrate her commitment to levelling up would be to choose a town like Crewe to host Great British Railways. Can she ensure that levelling up is at the heart of that decision?
Yes.
Well, Crewe is, of course, a great railway town. My honourable friend is absolutely right. I'm not going to prejudge the decision that will be made, but what I will be doing as Prime Minister is absolutely focusing on levelling up and making sure we're attracting the investment and growth into parts of this country that have been left behind, so they have their fair share of opportunity.
So, I have to play this tune done, but I'm going to try to show them. You see these kind of things? Even for your own, and them say man push her out, them a question her and them a talk for them constituency. Them talk up to the constituents, each of them. Them talk for them constituency and them talk for the whole country, but not all. You know, all back something because our Prime Minister, some of us line up and when they think them say me just line up and when them do back of foolishness. You can't talk, you know, speak out against it. That means you with it. You're into the corruption then. You understand? And a democratic country where I run. It's a dictatorship. See? This is how country supposed to run. Look at
Alex Davis-Jones.
Mr. Speaker, the new Prime Minister is now finally in post. But make no mistake, she does not have the support of the British public. She can't even rely on the backing of her own MPs. And people in Pontypridd will never forget that she played a key role in a government that failed millions. So will she now finally do the right and decent thing and call a general election?
That's right.
Mr. Speaker, country, we are facing a very serious crisis in energy caused by Putin's war in Ukraine. We are facing...
Order. One of the members for Stoke is getting very carried away. And I know as a former teacher he wants to show better behaviour than he's showing at the moment. Come on, Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we are facing very serious issues as a country, partly as a result of the aftermath of COVID, partly as a result of Putin's war in Ukraine. What the British people want is they want a government that's going to sort it out. And that is what I'm determined to do as Prime Minister, sort out the energy crisis, get our economy going, make sure people can get doctor's appointments. That's what I'm focused on.
Nick Fletcher.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to congratulate my honourable friend for the position as Prime Minister, but I'd also like to thank her for the support of my campaign to keep Doncaster Sheffield Airport open.
So, him thank him friend, the panel side, and him thank her for helping with him campaign. But may I hear him question to her now? May I hear him?
Further, writing to South Yorkshire Mayor Oliver Coppard and Peel Holdings Chairman John Whittaker to remind them of their powers, duties and responsibilities to the people of South Yorkshire and beyond. And will she use the full weight of her office on these decision makers so as to keep our Doncaster Sheffield Airport open?
So him want the airport to make sure them people them not lose them job and everything. So although him congratulate her, him tell her to use the office, the powers, and if she can do that, and them want a commitment. You see it? Our member of parliament, them not do this. Them cuts like that. Yeah? The MPs, them you ask them about bridge or water, them cuss you. The journalists, them. Yeah? Unless it's a mouthpiece. Then them run for a mouthpiece. I sweet up some things. I have some people sit down and take these things. I mean, I say, yo, you know, soon I take lower than low. The standard very low. It's bad. You know, some guy was say them are mayor and I run out police and them see them. Let me tell you this. Them need question and answer, you know. Our first question and answer, so them rush her up. Them not play. And by 6 weeks she gone. You see it? Look here.
Well, regional airports, including the Doncaster Sheffield Airport, are a vital part of our economic growth. And what I will make sure is that the new Transport Secretary is immediately onto this issue. I know she is, I can tell. Look, she's already contacting the people in Doncaster and Sheffield to make sure we do protect this airport and we protect that vital infrastructure and connectivity that helps our economy grow.
Helen Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I'd also like to welcome the Prime Minister to her new post. During her leadership campaign, she said that waiting times for ambulances in her rural Norfolk constituency were appalling. And in North Shropshire, I think many of my constituents would agree with that statement. Across Britain, waiting hours and hours for an ambulance has become normal. But instead of focusing on this problem, a leadership fiasco in the Conservatives have seen 3 health secretaries in 3 months. Will the Prime Minister get a grip on this grave situation and commission the CQC into investigating the causes of and the solutions to the ambulance services delays before the service in crisis faces the additional pressures of an oncoming winter?
People should not have to wait as long as they are for ambulance service.
Well, our Prime Minister can't talk about this because the ambulance service, them, well, the same police chief for them walk, when them walk, pan, dog, mess everything, and you get shot or injured and your blood and everything, and them just lift you up by your hand and foot, the business boy, your spine and what, because that more kill you more than anything else. Fling in at the back of that like your hag, and then drive you go to the hospital. So if for instance, if you get injured like 10 miles where part of Centre Mass thing, under Centre Mass thing, 10 mile, 11 mile, and do a 10 mile to go downtown, to go down a public, them still are driving a Princess Margaret. 22 mile, 20 mile out. 10 mile around 22, 24 mile out. Although you're in the airport, when I tell you, say, to the police, and the police, them are put in at the back, you know. So if you have bleed out, them just put it there and them drive with it till them reach, and if you did no ambulance, it's not this bad. They must say them ambulance up away, but we need even that. And people don't realize these things. All right. Go on, listen now.
And my new Health Secretary is immediately tackling this issue. She's already laid out her priorities, and sorting out the ambulance service is one of them.
Dame Caroline Downage.
Speaker, can I also very warmly welcome our new Prime Minister to her role and indeed the whole of her front bench. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and as she knows, cancer is still the biggest killer of children under the age of 14. So I wonder if she could restate her government's commitment to publish a cancer 10-year strategy, but also embedding a childhood cancer mission at its very heart.
Well, Mr. Speaker, cancer is a devastating disease, and it's particularly heartbreaking when children have cancer, and certainly we will proceed with the strategy that she talks about, and I know our new Health Secretary will do all she can to help those children with cancer.
Sir Tony Lloyd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the theme of children, she will know from her time as Children's Minister that young lungs exposed to cold and damp housing are more likely to fall seriously ill and possibly die. Now, child poverty has been growing during her ministerial time in her different offices. Will she give a solemn pledge and no evasion that there will be no child that will go to bed in a cold, damp house this winter and beyond because the parents cannot afford to put the heating on?
Yeah. You hear that?
But this is why it's so important that we do tackle.
Maybe stop this up. When them can ask, but you hear the child mention, no child go to bed in a cold, damp, something like that because parents can't put them thing on. In a Jamaica, nobody, none of them MP come and say, listen, but after have them parents at work because no child is supposed to go to bed hungry. You ever hear that in a Henry Morgan house? Who not ever hear that? Who not see man pick up for them and go up on them bus and drink them mama and boom and all kind of thing? You never hear this? You tell us them not care for you, no? Not until you start thinking on a broader scope and understand what me I do. You don't understand me. You understand? Because some little guys rob the place, some little be a pirate them, and everybody line up back each other. You ever hear this? Eh? You never hear it yet. And this is a Prime Minister of your answer. So I said them should have catch the devil, talk to him, same way he's supposed to answer. Same thing. Even for him one. And talk up for the constituency. Them never do this yet. A matter of fact, you don't see them. After them win, if you call them put somebody there in the constituency and you talk to them and get a little book voucher or them get something that's all that of foolishness. You understand? So every year when you see you're back to school and them thing there, them have to big money from diaspora overseas and all kind of little things to buy back a book this big like the world and then finish sell book. Instead of the government print up some book, usually in a company or use a print book and thing and keep it at the school. So them have to go to school with these book. Grade one them cover, other kids them use them and it go right through. It can cover each school. So you take off them burden, say you know that's okay, parent, we take off the burden. And the book them I use over time, hard cover, build them hard cover. Hard up a table, good material. See? And then you use something now cover it material. So each time you go, you just leave the book them who are learned because you know the curriculum. And you just go around. To just help out the nation because you need the kids them and the future of the country. And that's just true. Yeah, man, watch this.
The issue of energy, and I will make sure that people are able to afford their energy bills at the same time as dealing with the long-term supply issues to make sure that we are resilient in energy and never get into this position again.
Mr. Speaker, it is the standard practice of the European Union that when they can't get their way in negotiations with the UK, they play for time and wait for a new leader who they hope will have a different view to their predecessor. For the sake of clarity, would my right honourable friend confirm that it is the UK's preferred option to have a negotiated settlement as far as the Northern Ireland Protocol is concerned? But if that is not forthcoming, then we will proceed with the protocol bill that is currently going through Parliament.
Well, first of all, can I thank my right honourable friend for his service as Northern Ireland Secretary. He is absolutely right. we need to resolve the issue of the Northern Ireland Protocol. My preference is for a negotiated solution, but it does have to deliver all of the things we set out in the Northern Ireland Protocol bill. And what we cannot allow is for this situation to drift, because my #1 priority is protecting the supremacy of the Belfast Good Friday Agreement.
Okay.
Rachel Hopkins.
Speaker. The new Prime Minister tells us she will deliver on the NHS. Well, that's a turn up for the books, because after 12 years of Conservatives driving our NHS into the ground, we have record waiting lists, people dying in ambulances outside A&E, and nurses using food banks. So given the Prime Minister has served in the past 3 Conservative governments on that watch, can she explain why we should trust her to deliver?
I mean, I don't agree with the way she is talking down our National Health Service. The fact is that our health service did brilliantly in tackling COVID, in delivering the vaccine rollout, and in getting this country back on its feet. But we do face challenges now with the backlog following COVID. And this is why the new Health Secretary is going to work to address those challenges.
Jeremy Wright.
Speaker, I congratulate my right honourable friend on her appointment and recognise her determination to address the many urgent and difficult challenges that face us now. But would she accept that one of those challenges is an almost entirely unregulated online space? And would she accept, too, that no responsible government can avoid the need for excellent, balanced, sensible regulation in this space? And would she therefore assure me that the online safety bill will come back to this House swiftly for us to consider further and amend if necessary?
And remember in our own MP this too, you know. You understand? Because them ask you the question. Yeah?
Well, I can assure my honourable friend that we will be proceeding with the online safety bill. There are some issues that we need to deal with. What I want to make sure is that we protect the under-18s from harm, but we also make sure free speech is allowed. So there may be some tweaks required, but certainly he is right that we need to protect people's safety online.
Ellen Hayes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Prime Minister has been part of a government for the past 12 years, which has been systematically letting down the most vulnerable children in the country. The independent review of children's social care, published by the government in May, describes the system as in need of a total reset. The Prime Minister has said she wants to deliver. Will she make a cast-iron commitment to deliver for our country's most vulnerable children and publish the government's response to the independent review and an action plan for delivery before the end of the year? Yes or no?
Hear this?
Yes.
So you see it? You see them always come with something for the kids, for them constituency and these things. Our parliament, we don't have the parliament, it's an Enromagan house, a pirate house. No run so. Baganize, and you should know what they so. And from one man to something, a prime minister get up and stand up and tell lie to Jamaican people, say gang and the land and gang a bill second. So it's a good, that's a be so nice to me if a gang. If you know it's a criminal gang, yeah, but the police are look for and can't find. I build settlement and I live in the house. It's not easy thing for the police to run and circle them and get them out, man. So they make them build the settlement and they go get the whole of them. So that easy and better for Jamaica. See, you tell me it's a criminal gang and when you look now it's a teacher and they watch. When I hear you come out and say not even one word. Same like the cocoa find not even one word. You have a way for silent, you know. To me, silent a consent, you know. You understand? Yeah, man. Silent a consent, man. Yeah, man. Let me finish what she said.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr. Speaker. I would like to congratulate my right honourable friend and her whole front bench and wish them every success in the new government. I'd particularly like to thank my right honourable friend for her steadfast commitment to support for the earliest years throughout the 12 years that she and I have worked together for 3 previous Prime Ministers. So can I ask her now to renew her commitment to rolling out the Best Start for Life to give every baby the best chance at leading a fulfilling life?
Did our friend that she work with, and she asked her no, she worked with her through the 3 consecutive thing there, yeah, term. And she asked her no, because she worked closely with her. You hear her question? Remember you answered the Prime Minister.
My right honourable friend has done such a fantastic job championing this issue, developing the policies, and I am committed to following through and delivering for children, because what we know is intervening early, helping children early is the best way to help those children have a successful childhood and ultimately a fulfilled life.
That ends PMQs.
All right, so you see that? Our friend that she work with, I want a minister. Them work together. And them set up one and I tell her if she come, she have to go through. And them all about your word to you know. Them ask you, them are flinging them question. And them I tell you, okay, you follow through this. I say, okay, you give a commitment. Now follow through it now. See there? 6 weeks. This is our first. This is the 7th. This what me just show you. She going on the 5th of September last month. On the 7th, our first question and answer, Q&A. And by now I do much. No, October 1, the 20th. Shaya, look here. Look here.
She's coming out. Let's listen in.
I came into office at a time of great economic and international instability. Families and businesses were worried about how to pay their bills. Putin's illegal war in Ukraine threatens the security of our whole continent, and our country has been held back for too long by low economic growth. I was elected by the Conservative Party with a mandate to change this. We delivered on energy bills and on cutting national insurance. And we set out a vision for a low-tax, high-growth economy that would take advantage of the freedoms of Brexit. I recognise, though, given the situation, I cannot deliver the mandate on which I was elected by the Conservative Party. I have therefore spoken to His Majesty the King to notify him that I am resigning as leader of the Conservative Party. This morning I met the chairman of the 1922 committee, Sir Graham Brady. We've agreed that there will be a leadership election to be completed within the next week. This will ensure that we remain on a path to deliver our fiscal plans and maintain our country's economic stability and national security. I will remain as Prime Minister until a successor has been chosen. Thank you.
See? So by 1 week, because she resigned, she gone. You see me I say? Never even last 15 minutes. I freeze it right after because I look on them. In coat of arm, and I see a lion and like is a ass that, yeah. But we have 2 Indian and a crocodile, Okay. Right? This is how democracy run. See? When you hear the interview, boom, and she admit a mistake and thing. But them people are bright in Jamaica. Them not have nothing about them. And then through them have some people now where that's why I say I run with you. Because all them do is get up and think about me a labor right. Me a PMP, me die hearted. Stop it. We want a country for run. If you know hold them accountable, dog, near me supper. I'll be dead and them a step up on you and send go kill a picnic. Them just say, yo, it's a 9 month, it's a 9-day wonder. Them soon forgot that. Look how police run and kill the youth, them don't have in a beer. They look up picnic them and tell lie. Because them run it down. Remember we have the video, you know. Run it on fire shot, the car turn over, do everything. Me talk to the police too. Up on the scene, yeah man, them the fire shot by the car, man. Then me hear some people say, Lord, so they get it wrong. Then them go do an investigation, hear them now? one what them say, projectile. Them nobody say gunshot, you know, projectile through the back door. I mean, I say, what you mean by projectile? I shot them at about, man. Them find projectile go through one of the door and them take off the door and, Mr. Of course, I'm shot through the glass too. Mash up the glass. See? So lonesome never wrong. Never wrong. Talk to people on the ground, never wrong. But you see how it crash and everything, you know, so okay. See? And then them tell lie. And then the mother talk to me, see the girl that look how much of them dead out of it. You know what them do? Dog without teeth. They give me my thing there. When them in the come, wait for money. Could I build some things with it? Tell them to not talk to nobody. Not talk to nobody. Yeah, because them are doing investigation and thing. I see them just like a 9 days wonder. Cover it up. You think if that a Britain or in a Canada, America, and then police are run down. See them just police just fire shot on a little youth there. In a car, a teenager. Him losing work same time. I mean when I go to prison. Him losing work. When I see it, me show it. Kind must in a McDonald's parking and youth a drive up. And you fire around 6 shots in that time or 12 shots. Just boom, boom, boom. And it depends on camera about shot fire. Shoot up the youth. Right away, him get fired and right away. You know, it's a prison mago. Right away, him get fired same time, you know. Right away, nobody know, you know, have to go through and talk to the DPP and nothing. You understand? That man tell lie to teeth. And when you talk now, him the liest thing on earth ever. See? And the man, them do land grab. See there? Because some of them, I do have different things for them because I want to see one over land. He might grow grass. And just the grass I watch, you know, where, you know, him break certain protocol and certain rules. And this is what the commission find for them to say, hey, we'll find you. Now this shouldn't be, and it's a hack up, that. So you lose the job and we're charge for this. And it's not supposed to be. You know, use the officer and figure and them things don't work. See? No. Him use 14.2 acre land. Remember 14.2 acre land, man. With them man I get them land from, man. If you check it out, them man have hundreds of acre land. Each of them have hundreds of acre land. And people they put one piece of land you talk about under this like when them do them in there, you give them the work and them push you up and take the land from you. Oh, them live on the land a long time. You live on the land a long time, you can't take it from the people. Them you don't live there. We look come and turn up. Oh, I mean the owner who sell you this land. Or who sign it over. Because you can't go look, you know. Who signed this over to you? Can't work. I'll be a criminality. And I like go build up some projects. And then the people them I get the projects to live in or something, you know. And the big boy them pay more. It no work so. You understand? Kids are go them bed. Hungry in Jamaica. We Jamaica said no, because see a lady call me. That daughter, like her daughter, mash up and them I look some help on them. Like me go under so much pressure that me have to wonder me I say, Jano. You know? The people are see them thing, man. And that's why I run my troll, man. I don't want no troll around me, man. Don't go throw me off. Because nothing I go on for Jamaica. The dollar devalue. You know, we're not self-sufficient. We can't sustain ourselves with food. You know? We're not secure. Food secure is not a food secure country. We have to import all onion, carrot, and all kind of thing by importing in the country. Why? And we have so much farmer. Why we never cut up the land, give them? Them have sugar. We have to use sugar, you know, because the industry use it. And we have the sugar land and we have some cane. You can't lock up every place. You must have one around where you look them shut down every factory. No, because we are selling on this now. We grow our own thing. We not have to buy it outside. We just sell it. That means our sugar should be the cheapest. Them take the land, may look at the man, them take the whole of the sugar land. Yeah. Jamaica me the disgusting, man. And I like come and show you how them man rush them. Me will rush them. Me will rush them. See? But you have some other people now rush them. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not beg no friend. I'm not beg friend from them, man. I'm not look no friend. We are standing up for the people, you know, poor and needy, you know. And burn out the rich and greedy. Remember, I never some people in a loan some position, you know. You know, hear me do this, you know. We come big them up and when you look them call me one side and I say, yeah man, we loan some say package, you know. Yeah man, we have a thing for you, man. Yeah man, put up, yeah man, you have 100 million, yeah, talk about you have 100 million Jamaica and I say, no, you don't want that. You know, I say, all right, I put it in the USA, man. Even a mill or two. But I work up a thing, man, I want, can't get me corrupted. See, we have to stand up for the people them, so we have to sell out the people them. Because mouthpiece them get about millions of dollars, you know. And nobody feel no way, no mouthpiece them make a bag of money, get bag of contract and all kind of things. So, you know, them dead there for just line up and hurt the people them. You understand? And spread propaganda. Saying a country can't run so. If you have some road, we never really build as road. Yeah, a village them. So the road no broad and nothing. Now when you look the building them built on two sides. Just look on King Street. So King Street definitely need for broad. The whole of the street, Orange Street, the whole of them. Look on the local road them. Them there was no road. That did some little track. Yeah? You see me I say? Yeah? Oh, we deal with this. You're a lot of people know what about law and order and public this and reset. And then police and the bag of police and like you work with the people them no man. This space too small. So government should have think say no, I forget down some of them building here, you know. And do a business place. But we could have built it up. So we could just take off some of them places and we build it up more. You know, we build plazas where them have, you know, them have different shopping in a plaza. But we get the road wider and we get back more space and them things. Take out some of them old buildings, them man. Modernize the city, man. Take out the people them down there live down there, man. Give them uptown to go live. Yeah. Make them just look down nice city, man, and nice, man. Modernize it and put up something, a waterfront, that waterfront property, you know. See? Why have to be the worst, I'll be a gunshot down there. And be a criminal and be a kind of little idiot thing. You see me I say? Yeah. You understand? It's modernize. And the road them, we don't want a dual carriage and I call it no highway. A dual carriage road that, man. We know highway, you know. We drive on highway, man. You know dual carriage, you know. 2 lane go so, and the next 2 dual carriage way. We have road rather than that, we want to call highway in Jamaica, and then, you know, pay upon that, man. See? You understand? Most would be rather what dual carriage way, and a highway them there, here still rather than the one them we call highway in Jamaica. Told that thing where, you know, have to go stop a man now because, you know, if the system up, you move freely. And you pay a fee, you buy something, you go through it and boom, bam, bam. You have some with the tag and them things, but you know, you go through different states and things. But you have some tool you just go through soon. And you pay a fee, and some that you go through with some state thing, you know. You understand? Them not have that. Them not have nothing like that. Them not have no ambulances, nothing. Me not hear the question and answer from the Prime Minister where and the members them attack for the people them in the constituency. When they can't send in police and soldier kill them, do them anything. Soldier, you know. And soldier come on my TV, come on TV. And I say, they make over 7,000 deployment in a way. Me think of Afghan or somewhere in a Jamaica. Soldier! In a 2022. 2021, 2022, you deploy soldier. You give them Bushmaster to drive. Yeah? Armored vehicle, who you war with. Because when you fire one of them shot there, even if you can shoot a man, that I mince him up, you know. But I run through a concrete wall and mince up some people behind it too. I mean, you understand? Because it not stop you. So who you gonna shoot with that? Yeah? And you, Andrew, if you can look for go buy all them kind of thing there against your own people, I don't know. And I protect for sure, you know. I for war, I for shoot some people. And then the business. If a man I run, you're not supposed to murder him. You might run away from you, you run and go catch him or do something. I have some tasers or do some things. See? And then you have a minister that say, shoot and don't carry them in. You should have got a war crime that. See? And him feeling him call upon the most corruption because the people that are mobile, the people that are sent them know you. Because remember, you know, more than 200 people talk to me about you. Everything. So that I couldn't know. I know. I will know say when I get 100 million. When the election I run and they want to push out the man. Me know. No, so when I get 100 million. So what them do, them use some man with them call after about them a juggies and them thing there. See? So when the man them election I run both sides, they have some man that say, hey, we have money, so them give. That's why them now them want a cash country, you know, not cash flow. So when them people so-called man say, okay, we have money. I'm going to tell the truth. Now for them man, the way you see, they might have us them weed and them thing. But them live better than the government, you know. They live better than the politicians, them, you know. Because they may help out some ghetto people and do some little thing like a Robin Hood. And a joke. See? But tell me what them do now. them go each up themselves with politicians and some corrupted police. Yeah? Yeah, man. See? And when them do know, them love party, so them see them about them. And when them do so boom, and them spend, politicians run 2007, $100 million. Down in a St. James. What them do? Them see man come and then extradite the person, give them the money. We work with them. Yeah. But I feel them kind of thing this. See? So you go friend some people and say, okay, me and them all right. And them see man turn and destroy and send it to the feds. Remember, you know, and you keep your mouth and you realize, okay, a man couldn't send me out to the feds. And me know say, well, I do things to him and I'm a politician, I'm not call him name. Even me behind the bars, now I say, yo, A, B, C, if you're a dog, you're a pussy, you're a crab, you're a rabbit, me a call your name. As long as you involved in them kind of little thing, me I tell them everything. Me alone now go down. Me not see my wife, you not see your wife neither. If me not have no freedom, you not go get no freedom neither. You are the head for this and then you not in the market house and feel good. You make a mad fucking mistake. Because me I go call your name. Say for you and me I carry up some things and me I smuggling some things in a people country. Me I make sure call the name. Because when you look, uno farm government and get rid of me and extradite me. We just school the money and put it in the power. Yeah? And then I can sit down and say, hey, me now the moment I look past some wall and feds have me and me now call that name. When me look, them are calling honorable and most honorable. You wanna eat that? You to get wise up to man. When I get to you to them about them play upon no contents because them feel them go school. But as me say, when you go school, you get mass production teaching. That not your knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge is not a thing where you will learn at school, you know, brother. No, man. Production teaching, learn to go read and write and, you know, communication skills and do all kind of thing. It's a bachelor's this and yeah. But that not give no knowledge. They're educated fools, a lot of them. Them not say far, believe it. See? And then they tell, oh, me have my masters. Fuck masters. What that masters? And by you talk to them, you realize, okay, them see pass them and me neither. So, fuck that. Can't even talk to them. You understand? See? Because them get a masters and them learn to talk good. The English, the king language. See, put them, you know, you talk proper English and, you know, you're dressed in a jacket and tie, you know, and that no putting away better. My sister, that not your knowledge, man. Knowledge is the greatest thing, man. Wisdom and knowledge, you know. You see me, I say, oh, my bright, because I have this, I have this, I get doctorate. From who? Because the professor I teach him now have the knowledge neither. Because enough of them, if them have knowledge, them don't know so right. And enough of them advise, the Prime Minister advise the government. And you see the place I go back where? That mean them fucking stupid. Some stupid ass shit running the country. Me not ask. So me just talk as is. Me can't listen to them. The council them are the worst set of thing them too. Right across the length and better Jamaica. Be a shit them do. You send out police pan the same people them and them vote for you. Them are trying to make a living where the government can't do and you rather people dead for hunger because you don't look pan the bigger picture. No one public order, you still are the same people them. If the town empty, that mean the people them not out are the same people them are buy it from themselves. Una make when the people them come out, come shopping. With all of them places, so they make a money out, so the money will help grow the economy. We don't want bigger towns, we don't want more space, we don't want to lift down something, build malls, big malls where they shop them can hold big, but you have space and parking space and everything. Nothing like that. See? Bigger space. We have some little village, and then you still be carrying millions of cars. I run through the same little village. And you say about public order breakdown and illegal this and I rush people. You come like most people don't know people vote for no. That's why I say I can't deal with politics. Because I can't look on some jackasses and vote for them. But one thing like this, yes, still Romagla for the Westminster model. Anyway, I speak to one of the immigration officer when them put on suspension because we have some other things. I mean, yes, some man say, Mama shop them burning up from picker. All lonesome for mash up a brand. When I love call lonesome names, man. Eh? Now for that as a service me I do now. Sometimes I never get to my personal job at tune nowhere now. You see me I say? Yeah man, it have a balance man with knowledge, wisdom and it have a balance with wisdom and knowledge, man. Can it make sense? You can just read about it alone and you just read off a book to me. About you read it and you can't explain it to me. You can read it, you know. And it says some things, but you can't dissect it and tell me what it say. You understand? Some man go to church and the pastor, you know, go learn theology, yeah, and then him come back and him read the part of the Bible when you hear, but when you read it, it have some part where it contradict itself. And we can put it, one day we can do a program and show them. See? It has some things where you have to question it. But they don't want you to question it neither. You understand? Yeah. See? You see me I say? But me don't want to question a lot of things. See? I know you must have a creator because I tell you the place to wander for them here. And everything running at its season. Yeah, I can explain some things too now. So when me sit down and me look on the tree now, fall. And you see the place that's get pretty when you look them everything. I remember the wood them not touch each other, you know. And as far as they drive, when you look, everything will come down. You know, and drop off back and gone, you know. Hibernate back the tree them too and them, you know. You say, Jano, look the man. You know, and you have the seasons, where it's one of the seasons and everything, and you know. And you say, okay. And even when things are coming, when things are here, you know, I give up time. So if I have give up tree in Kingston, I have it in Westmoreland, when I give up time, it comes in abundantly. Yeah, man. When I ackee time, when I mango season, you know, everything have a season. It couldn't just happen just so by mistake. See? A lot of things we can question. So you must have a creator. I not question that. But when the man just come and put some things, and I don't want a pastor come preach to me. Yeah? And preach what you want to preach to me. Because I have to read out the whole thing and make it. And I say, move from front of me to man. Come to me in a bag and nice and then practice to come talk to people. And then that make your head feel weird now and tell you and you, me not the spirit. Yo. And then they rob you blind. Yeah? Me no know that neither. Uno should have help poor people. Uno should have draw up a thing, talk to the private sector organization, make them sponsor uno. I want to go on and feed poor people and build skill centers and I help the youth them and sit down and reason with them in each community. Each of them community where gunshot of fire. If you go on every lane, majority of every other lane, it have a church, whether a boat church, concrete church, or a tent. And some big original church. In every community, if you not find more than 10 churches in there, something wrong. We not with alone, if we run through, we not with and turn up at some little place. From Harborview come down. The amount of churches, unbelievable. But all kind of thing happen the same way. Eh? So you know have to question these things. Eh? A man come and he might preach in the same kind of tone. Go learn some theology and then come and preach to you and I tell you what this mean. But it don't really mean that a foolishness, I tell you, But you don't know. Because you believe in him. And you take him like a God-like and your pastor can't wrong because your pastor clean and all kind of things. See? Then Robin Hood better than them. Robin Hood, it a rob from the rich and get the poor. Them are Robin Hood. Them a pirate. Yeah, them a pirate, man. See? Them just rob from them are just pirate, just rob from everybody. Anything you have, them just rob you. You understand? And you have good pirate too, because think they are better pirate than them. You understand? Them people in business about no poor people at Jamaica, brother. And one and two of them, and them will talk. But the action show it's actions speak louder than words, them won't go talk. See? Them just say, here what if I pound of flour make we eat it, we do it. And we have youth only and enough youth. That's why when me are talking and like no one can come and say, boy, I never do this. If you talk to some youth and go in some corner, it's unbelievable. You don't know about loan, some of them have a footprint or so. And them say, yeah man, them man they live different, man. I hear them talk, man, that's them with man. Can't go on them man. And nobody go on them with no foolishness. Them man they eat cheap. Don't do it. See? And the man tell us, say, yeah, man, them man, they alright, man. We run them, man, they not hungry and them things. Them man, they not eat and again, man. Because my old man teach me if you have ice mint fiber, I want to split it. And if you can't split, no, eat it by yourself. Don't eat, don't eat it. You tell me. I'm going to live by the principle. That's in teach you different thing, you know. God bless you, Daddy Brown. Yeah, man. They just have to carry on, you know. Yeah, man. We have some family that so we carry on. You see me, I say? Yeah, you see me, I say? Yeah, man, so carry on, man. Because somebody just question somebody right or so. Before me even move there. Tell me a number then now. Tell me a number there. Let me look for that person the right away now. Because we don't have no time for the foolishness going on now. Give me a number now. Give me a number and give me get a read now. Look on the number and tell me, please, and thanks. Yeah? Carlos, tell me the number now. Yeah, man. Fast, Carlos, because we're not there for cut nothing at all. We don't have no time for the foolishness. You know. Tell them say we're a big man, we don't have no time for it, you know. You see what I say? Yeah, man. We want a real place to run. Real place. Hold people accountable. Get serious. See me I say? If you get serious, man, no joke about it, man. No joke, not too way about it. Yeah, Carlos, what number? Yeah? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So me there, man, we keep it up, man, yeah, man. We not ramp the way there, man. You see me I say? We have to hold them accountable. Me can talk to the immigration. I may have some other things from some other immigration because they might try, you know, they might try, you know, all the people them from the strike. Because them out for striking, people. Yeah, immigration, big up on yourself, man. Them out for strike, I know say country got shut down on the flight and all kind of things. Yeah. Something must reach by the Prime Minister, that's no one them things. Because when I angle the people them like them beneath, you know. Them want to stop it. Them a worker, I worker too, you know. But in everything, the agencies where you put in some people, you can't put in some people that go like, yeah, boy, or them teacher like boy. Number one, me about the people. Me don't do it. Me you can't reason. Make a reason. But you can't come up with some foolishness and deal with big people like them a boy. Because you're a managing director. You're a CEO, so you can't talk to them and you move out of my way and you talk to people like where you want and you don't own the agency. You know that. You have to leave one day. You can't do that. You have to burn them out. You understand? Yeah, man. So I'll come talk about it, man. Yeah? So I soon call the virgin and talk to him. You soon hear what I'm going. Because I say, one of them say, alone so I mash up them brand, you know. Me say one I want to find pick say I mash up on the brand. Yeah, man. Soon call the name. I don't love call lonesome names, man. Lonesome mash up your brand, sir. Your brand, you're not supposed to have the brand. They think you're a worker. That means you do something where unethical. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, because you're not supposed to do that and then at the same time have a brand, so you run brand and all kind of things. That means lonesome mash up your brand. Be careful that picker, you know, because I remember when you chat me here too, you know. All right. Never deal with the case. But soon come deal with the case, yeah? But soon I come back. Me there, yeah? Yeah, man, loan some me up, yeah? Bless up. Bless later. Bless.